Recently, a book is published, and the title of the book is What They Don't Teach You at Harvard. I'll give you the gist of it. The book contains that for the full development of yourself and to be very clear in your aims and goals in life, you need the complete development of 3 H in your life. First H is your hand. But when only the hand works, it is labor. Second H is your head. When the hand and the head, they work together, it becomes skill. And the third H is your heart. When the hand, head, and the heart, all 3 work together, it becomes art. Make every act of your life an art. Put your heart fully into it. This is the essence. And here is the start of redefining the goals of human life. Again, the base statement that I put forward at the start of the talk. You need to be a smart professional and a great human being combined. That gives you a balanced, satisfied life. Ratan Tata, he was at a convocation day of a B school just about a couple of years back. And he told the fresh management graduates after all his experience in the corporate world of more than 60 years. He said that don't count your successes and don't count your luxuries by the amount of money that you have in your bank account, by the number of properties that you have accumulated, by the number of relationships that you have in your life, by your social networking skills. This is all not your wealth. He said, count your successes and luxuries of life by the number of lives that you have enriched of people with you during the course of your journey of life. How many of lives you have enriched by yourself? You worked in the corporate world for 35, 40 years. You had a fat bank balance. You had good properties, good family, good social relationships, everything fine. All credits to you for your good earnings in all aspects of life. But how many lives did you enrich? How many lives did you better of people around you? That is the aim of human living. I've come to you today as I'm given this topic to share something. I don't charge anything for my talks. I've been talking since 26 years at national, international seminars. I don't charge a single paise for my talks. Am I right? The organizers somewhere. This is my selfless social service, giving and caring for the society. And it gives me immense pleasure. It gives me immense pleasure to share and care for the society. So rethinking goals, first important positive aspect is ask yourself every day in the evening, at the end of your day, did I do something to enrich a life of someone around me? From a small smile to a big help, did you enrich something? Did you enrich a life? Did you enrich an environment? Otherwise, apne liye to pashu bhi jeevan jeete for their own self-interest. Even the animals, they live upon this earth. If you live only for your growth, for your betterment, for your luxuries, entertainment in life, it is nothing more than a dog life, donkey life, and cat life. It is not a human life. If we all here are destined, and we are fortunate, we are specially blessed, all of us sitting, that we have things, many things, much more extra than an ordinary human being. Isn't it? In all ways of life. Then when you have that, you must spare some part of it, of your resources and time for the betterment of people, enriching people and environment around you. in terms of values, in terms of services, in terms of health, in terms of growth. Because when I talk to corporates and professionals, I tell them that the amount of money that you have in your bank account when you die is the extra work you did, you shouldn't have done. You should have spent that time doing some good activity for the upliftment of society. This is the first aspect. Again, the big disease of the 21st century is that we give overemphasis to mind and lesser emphasis to heart. We talk of IQs. Now it is an old dated talk. In the 90s, it was talked about the IQs. At the turn of the millennium, they started a new quotient, and that is called the emotional quotient. From IQ, it shifted to EQ. Paradigm shift. Emotional quotient. Your IQ is, you think rationally, you talk purposefully, you act meaningfully, and you deal very effectively with the situation. That is your IQ. They say good IQs make good team heads. You can lead a good team. More than IQ is your EQ, emotional quotient. It's all about having empathy for others, where you know and you consider before taking a decision your own emotions and the emotions of the person before you jump to a conclusion. It is like knowing the whole picture before you jump to a conclusion. That is called your emotional quotient. And they say, the top management gurus, you read them, Jim Collins, Stephen Covey, Anthony Robbins, Ken Blanchard, Robin Smith, they all have come to recognize, accept, and propagate that those with higher EQs, they become leaders, not just team heads. Because when you learn to deal with people more than machines, when you keep on having increased trusts in people more than machines, not only you grow, people grow, the environment enriches around you. So those with IQ, they become team heads. Those with IQ plus EQ, they become leaders. And now, in the last decade, they have come to know that there is a very big important quotient, and that is called the spiritual quotient. A very good book I would suggest for all you professionals. I've read it 3 times. It's from the bottom of my heart for you today. If you have a piece of paper and pen, you can definitely write it down. The title of the book is Spiritual Intelligence. Why it matters more than IQ and EQ. The actual title is Spiritual Intelligence, the Ultimate Intelligence. Co-authored by Dr. Ian Marshall and Dr. Dana Zohar. In this book, they have surveyed more than about 3,000 successful people upon this earth. Successful not just in business, successful as a businessman, as a father, as a husband, or as a wife, as a mother, as a brother, as a sister, as a neighbor, as a relative, as a friend, successful in all walks of life, in all roles that a human being normally plays in his life. Long interviews with them, their past, present, studied well, and they have listed out that a person who has spiritual intelligence, how he stands out from people who have just IQs high or even IQs plus EQs high. Listed out 8 important aspects. I don't go into the details of it. I'll just list you out. People with high SQ, or if you want to develop a good SQ, the other way around, you need to work upon these 8 areas. The first is flexibility to change. The new Harvard definition of intelligence is the new Harvard definition of intelligence is the more quicker you can adapt yourself to a change, you are intelligent. Many of us, we have mathematical intelligence, we are good at numbers, engineering, softwares. Many of them, we have concrete intelligence, we can deal with machines well. Many of us have social intelligence, we can interact with people well. But the best intelligence is flexibility to change. He survives. Second spiritual intelligence aspect is self-awareness. What am I? Where am I? What I'm supposed to do? What I'm talking? What I'm looking at? What I need to talk? Who are the people around me? Absolute self-aware person. He never makes a private or a public mistake. That is spiritual intelligence. Third, an ability to face and use suffering of life. Any suffering in your life, personal life, professional life, social or family life, that is part and parcel of life, isn't it? Because life is a package deal. As you give packages to your employees, life is a package deal from God. As your employees, they like 70% of your package deal and 30% is a compulsion. Even for you people. Your higher-ups giving you a good deal, 70% you like it and 30% is a compulsion. You don't like it, still you are supposed and forced to do it if you want to enjoy that 70%. In the same way, life is a package deal. It has its pluses and minuses. So, if you have or you develop a capacity to face your suffering with a smiling face and then use your suffering for your elevation. Now this is something very important that I'm telling you. You should develop a neck. Some people have that neck. An ability to face and use suffering. Fourth, an ability to be inspired by vision. You see something. Actually, we always see. We don't observe much. Here the word see is observe. You see something and you are inspired by it. The fifth aspect of spiritual intelligence is to see connection between diverse things. Diagonally opposite happenings, and you see a connection between them. That is very crucial to you solving problems at your workplace. The sixth aspect of spiritual intelligence is an ability to cause as little harm as possible to people and surroundings. How can I be more helpful? The seventh aspect is to ask and probe fundamental questions. Why, when, what, why, how, before you give in. And the last and the eighth aspect of spiritual intelligence is an ability to think and work against a convention. So these are the 8 aspects of spiritual intelligence, and rethinking your goals is to give more thinking and emphasis to these 8 aspects of life. You develop your SQ beyond your IQ and EQ for a great human life.